This is Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on Viking athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Now, let's catch up on the action and excitement of Augustana athletics as we roll our Augustana Sports Update for this week.
Last weekend, Coach Peggy Kirby's Augustana women's golf team competed in the first two rounds of the NSIC Championships in Brainerd, Minnesota. The Vikings finished play with an impressive 50-stroke lead over second-place Minnesota State Mankato. Augustana had 4 of the top 5 golfers in the championships. Allie Ostrander led all players as she shot a 36-hole score of 155. Emily Kavidra was second with a 161, Maggie Leland third with a 163, and Marissa Toivonen fifth with a 167. The final 36 holes of the championship will be played April 20th and 21st at the Dakota Ridge Golf Course in Morton, Minnesota. In cross country, Coach Tracy Hellman's men's and women's teams turned in dominating performances at the Wartburg Invitational in Waverly, Iowa. Led by Adam Braun, Travis Baniak, TJ Gleason, Paul Yak, and Ryan Evans, the Augustana men claimed the top 7 spots in the 8,000-meter run. On the women's side, the Vikings placed 4 of the top 6 finishers. Runa Falk finished first in the 6,000-meter run, with Annie Fifley placing second, Leah Black third, and Kylie Blakesley fourth. The Augustana runners now prepare for the NSIC Championships, which will be held October 20th in St. Paul. In volleyball, Coach Ashley Buckley's team split a pair of road matches. The Augustana ladies fell to 6th-ranked Concordia St. Paul, but came back to knock off 10th-ranked Minnesota State Mankato 3-1. With the big win, the Vikings improved to 12-6 overall and 6-3 in the NSIC. Holly Halfmeyer smashed 17 kills, with Jordan Spatanka and Taylor Herdlichka adding 12 each. Freshman setter Marissa Johnson passed out 51 assists, while Courtney Yisker notched 9 kills to go along with her team-high 19 digs. In football, Augustana fell to Minnesota State Mankato. Quarterback Josh Hansen completed 21 of 41 passes for 162 yards and 2 touchdowns. Josh's TD tosses went to Nick Lee from 1 yard out and to Ben Parsley from 18 yards out in a pretty catch just before halftime. Austin Lukey led the Viking defense with a season-high 14 tackles. He also snagged his 2nd interception of the season. Thomas Vanasek picked up 10 tackles, including 6 solo stops. Adam Jewell finished with a career-high 8 tackles. In women's soccer, Augustana dropped a pair of road games to Minnesota State Mankato and Concordia St. Paul. Cara Bartles scored the lone goal of the weekend for the Vikings. And last week, the college was informed that Augustana is ranked 4th among NCAA Division II schools and 28th amongst 1,066 active NCAA members in Division I, II, and III in the National College Scouting Association Power Rankings. These rankings assess the academic and athletic standards of all NCAA athletic programs across the country. Fewer than 6% of colleges and universities earned a spot in the top 100 for 2012. Augustana is in this elite class and is the only college or university in South Dakota and North Dakota in the top 100. That's our sports update for this week. When we come back, we'll talk Augustana football with Coach Mike Aldridge. Stay with us.
Augustana Sportscene is brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition, and by Mid-Continent Communications, part of our community, part of your life. Augustana Sportscene is also brought to you by Graham Automotive, real service, real value.
He's got the strength and is making it look easy.
Show renewed strength. Whether it's our physicians, therapists, or athletic trainers, Sanford offers the finest and most integrated orthopedic team and services around.
There's nothing he couldn't lift right now.
For the everyday competitor in all of us, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Meet Rob Moore from Aberdeen, South Dakota. As a Mid-Continent Service Manager, he makes sure our service techs have the tools to keep customers ahead of the technology game. Rob also keeps busy coaching youth football, teaching kids both the fundamentals of the game and good sportsmanship. Looks like Rob's a game changer in more ways than one.
I'm Rob Moore, and we're good people here in Aberdeen.
Joining me now is Augustana head football coach Mike Aldridge. Well, Mike, last Saturday afternoon the Vikings took on a very good Minnesota State Mankato team, and it was not a good day for the Augustana Vikings.
No, it was one of our worst days we've had in a number of years, and it kind of snowballed fast. I think we started well, and we started exactly how we wanted to, but a few errors caught us, and I think it rocked our confidence pretty quick. Missed a field goal to make it 10-10, and they took the ball and drove down, scored a touchdown, kicked off, recovered a fumble on the kickoff, scored another touchdown. So it went from possibly going 10-10 to being 24-7 pretty fast.
Right, and then we did get a nice touchdown pass right before the half, got it to 24 to 14 at the half. Well, let's take the game and break it down. Let's talk first about the defense.
Well, defensively, excuse me, we wanted to be able to control the run, and we didn't do a very good job of that. There were times and glimpses where we did, and then it would get to crucial moments when they would get out on us and they get a big gain, and I think we had a number of personal mistakes, somebody not doing their job or not getting off a block properly or whatever, and it would be one guy which would make that play pop. So that was tough, and it was really the same on the pass as well. One guy wouldn't do his job correctly on a blitz, blown coverage, something like that. So it was a very tough day for our focus on some of our stuff there. The good side was we played a couple kids that needed their opportunity to play, and they got in there and actually made some plays and looked pretty good for us, which is very encouraging for us going the rest of the way.
Well, I'm sure a concern of yours both of the last 2 weeks has been stopping the run. Are you thinking about, are there some adjustments we need to make, or are we just not playing playing the run correctly? We're
just not doing it the way that we're supposed to. We've always been a pretty good run defense. I think we're lacking some people in key positions that have been good for us in the past, or people in those roles to be able to step up and be an aggressive tackler. So we got to definitely look at the right people in those situations. But I think we just got to get back to it, and eventually you got to lean on some of your senior leadership too to be able to hold everybody else accountable for that.
Right. Okay. Offense.
And then offensively, we thought that we could run the ball really well. They don't do a whole lot defensively to give you fits in terms of where to go on blocking schemes, things like that. But the front four really whipped us pretty good. They're a very good front four, and they'd blitz once we started having a little success against them, but for the most part, their four beat our five, and that made it tough, and we had to throw all day long.
Right. Okay. Well, let's go to special teams.
And then special teams, I thought that Drew Barron's kicked very well again. He pounded it when he had the wind at his back for kickoffs. His punts were very good. We gave Ben Albrecht his opportunity on field goals, and he missed his one. It was one opportunity. He probably needs more than just the one, but it was too bad to see him miss that first chance that he got in there. I'm sure he feels worse than anybody else.
Well, the Vikings this weekend hit the road again, and it's down to take on Upper Iowa. What do you know about those guys?
Well, they're kind of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type squad right now. Last week they got thumped pretty bad by Concordia St. Paul on the road, but the previous week at home, it took really until the last couple minutes for Winona State to beat them 45-43. So it's really hard to say what kind of team they are. I think we need to have some successes early to gain our confidence and give us an opportunity to be able to put them away early. I think we can have a lot of success against them. Our guys, I know, are confident going into this football game, and they know and are embarrassed from last week, and they want to get back on the field and show that was not indicative of our Viking style football.
All right, well, Mike, big game with Upper Iowa. Good luck to you and your team.
Thank you.
You can be part of
something bigger.
At Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, you'll have more than a place to do your banking.
As a member of Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, you'll receive interest refunds on your loans, actual cash back every month.
They're the loan leaders. They even gave their members over $91,000 back last year.
And no hoops to jump through.
Just a place to do your banking, where you are the focus, not profit.
Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union. Yesterday's values, tomorrow's technology.
Timing means everything here at Sanford, where experts have the skill to make split-second decisions when life hands you the unexpected. It takes a team to be the best, prepared and connected to a network of care, to life-saving treatments, ready before you ever need us. Your heart, our hands, connected. Sanford Heart.
With me now is Augustana volleyball coach Ashley Buckley. Well, Ashley, last weekend, big road trip up to Minnesota, and it started out against the perennial national power, Concordia St. Paul, the Vikings taking on the Golden Bears up there. Let's talk about that match first.
You know, what we take away from that match is that we're improving. We're getting better. We're better than what we were last year. But we're still not as consistent as we need to be. And when you play Concordia, they force you to be consistent if you're going to be close in sets and or if you're going to win the match. So, you know, I thought that there were parts of it that we played really well. We had some nice strings of points, but unfortunately we couldn't put it all together. We had a couple players that performed really well. Courtney Yisker on the outside pin did a great job for us, playing 6 rotations, passing, and also took some great aggressive swings at the net. Julie Witt out of the back row also really had some great digs. So it was an exciting match for us, but all in all, I just feel like we were missing something, and that something is consistency.
Well, Concordia St. Paul ranked in the top 10 in the country, and then it was back to face another top 10 team in Minnesota State Mankato on Saturday in Mankato, and wow, Ashley, what a great victory for the Vikings.
It was a great match. It was really exciting. You know, we could feel the energy from the court, from our bench, from the crowd. We came out really sharp, and what I loved is that we were composed and we were very relaxed going into the match. So I feel like we did learn something. We carried it on to Saturday for us. We passed better than we have when we played Mankato in the past. And offensively, we were able to get production from a lot of different players for us. So, you know, I thought Grace Sanders and Kayla Walrick, Courtney Yisker did a great job passing out of the back row. And then offensively, again, getting our middles to go was a huge part of us being successful. So Holly Halfmeyer had a great night, 17 kills. Taylor Hrdlichka really turned it on in the third and the fourth. Our setter did a really nice job. That was a big match for her to play in, a big match to lead us to a win. And I thought Marissa did a great job as well. Well,
it was a wonderful win for the Vikings. On the road are always great and against a very good team. So this weekend, the Vikings return home, and another tough match. A perennially strong Minnesota Duluth team comes in on Friday night. Yes, this will be an important weekend for us. This October is going to be really hard, though. We're going to see a lot of ranked teams, and so what we need to learn to do is to approach matches composed, relaxed, ready to go. We need to be sharp from the get-go, and just really give them our best shot. We talked a lot about this throughout the year, that the target's really not on our back. It's on these teams that are ranked in the top 10 and the top 5 in the country, and so we need to just play hard every single point. And I feel like we have a good matchup against them. They're obviously very strong. They've got some great hitters, some top producers in the conference. But nevertheless, it's good to be back home. That's where you want to be when you play the top teams. Well, then on Saturday afternoon, the Vikings take on St. Cloud State. Yeah, this will be another important one. They're a team that plays teams very tough, very close. Their style is very scrappy, a little unorthodox, and so we need to be very prepared and ready to go for them. It's a good, strong level that they're playing at. So, you know, as it goes without saying, it'll be a great weekend if we go 2-0. 1-1 is what everyone expects, or, you know, if you go 0-2, it could really hurt you within the conference and within the region. So this is an exciting conference, an exciting year, and, you know, more or less, you have to be ready to go all of the time. Well, the matches keep coming in a hurry. On Tuesday night, then, the Vikings travel down to Wayne State looking for a little payback. Yeah, last time we lost 15-13 in the 5th set, and that's still an open wound for us, so certainly we'll be excited to play them again. It's always fun to go to Wayne. They always have a great crowd there, and our styles are so similar. We need to really focus on having fewer unforced errors. That's what really hurt us in the last match that we played against them.
They're a great ball control team. They like to keep the ball in play. So for us, we need to play a very sharp game. But the style is so similar. It's always so fun, and it's always a close game against them. It has been for the last couple of years.
Well, a lot of volleyball coming up. Fans, get over to the Elman Center this weekend. Minnesota Duluth Friday night, St. Cloud State Saturday afternoon. Good luck, Ashley.
Thank you.
It's got that certain everything. The 2012 Jetta. That's the power of German engineering.
With me now is Augustana Junior women's golfer Allie Ostrander, and this lady has been on fire this fall playing golf for the Vikings. We'll talk about that more here in a little bit, but to begin with, Allie, let's go back. You're from Glenwood, Minnesota,
yep.
Minnewaska High School. After a great high school career, you had to choose a college. Why did you pick Augustana?
Well, I'll be honest. This was the only school that I visited. It was the first one and the only one. I was a little late. Well, I wasn't late on my decision, but I probably didn't even come visit here until like the end of September during my volleyball season. So I knew I wanted to play golf in college. The scholarship opportunities were really good for Minnesota golfers especially. And we came here. I love the campus. I'm a small town girl, so I like the small school aspect. I graduated with 96, so I like the idea of the small classrooms and the teachers being more lenient with student athletes and being very understanding, so I liked that idea a lot. The campus is beautiful. Sioux Falls is a thriving city. There's lots to do here, and well, then there's the coaches too, I guess.
Okay. All right.
They're awesome. They're very dedicated to the program, and they've been very successful. They went to the national championship the year before I came here, so I was like, why not want to experience something like that?
Wow.
And so I decided to come here.
Wow, master recruiter right here, selling Augustana, selling women's golf. All right, we'll put you on. We'll hire you after you're done. Put you on staff. Anyway, tremendous. We're glad you're here. Well, let's talk golf. You have been having tremendous success, which culminated here last weekend in earning medalist honors at the NSIC Championships up in Brainerd. This fall, what do you attribute the hot streak to?
I've just been a lot more consistent. I went through a little drought last spring, but then I got it back on track again. And I guess a lot of players always play better in the fall from the Midwest because we're coming off our summer, which is our prime season. Unlike all the other southern schools, they can golf all year round. So I think this is pretty much where everyone's like A game is. And I've always had a pretty good mental game, and I'm pretty level-headed out there. If I have a bad shot, I don't let it get to me because otherwise you're just going to go downhill from there. The mental game is definitely a big part of my success, I think. And my short game, it's always been there ever since I started golf in 8th grade because I didn't hit the ball anywhere in high school. And so I didn't hit greens, so I had to get up and down in order to get pars. And so I would definitely think that my short game has really benefited me this fall if I haven't been hitting greens. And then the last few tournaments I've been able to just kind of hit my irons where I want them. And so I've made a few putts, which can help you. Obviously, getting a few birdies cancels out the few bogeys that you may get here and there. So I don't know, I guess I've just been hitting the ball solid. Maybe part of it's the new irons I got a couple weeks ago, but I really like them. And I don't know, I've just been hitting the ball consistently, and I don't get into too much trouble because I hit the ball pretty straight, so I think that helps a lot in a lot of the courses that we've been playing because it's been really tight and narrow, and you really have to be
focused,
yeah.
Yeah, well, congratulations. You know, I got a bogey once, so that's been my highlight of my golf career. Well, anyway, moving on here, the team. You've got just such a tight-knit group, it seems like, and you sort of feed off each other.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Right. I love our team. We're all very close. We all hang out in off-season. Actually, Maggie Leland is like 15 miles away. She's from Alexandria, so I knew her through high school, kind of, and then we were the only 2 freshmen that came, and we've been best friends ever since. And I love the freshmen that came here. I love the upperclassmen. We all just get along really well. And I think part of our huge success here at Augustana is because of our team chemistry. And we're so deep that if one of us is struggling, you know that you have 4 other players that are doing just fine out there. And so it's easier to keep a positive attitude out on the golf course, thinking about that too. And everyone's so supportive when you come in, whether you have a bad round or whether you have a great round. Everyone's hugging each other and congratulating, and it's really comforting.
Well, great golf ahead for Allie and the Vikings. To finish up here, just final question, Allie, what's your major and what do you think you want to do?
I'm double majoring in communication disorders and psychology, and I'm minoring in special education and getting a coaching endorsement for volleyball, actually, probably not golf. But so I will plan to get my master's in either speech therapy or occupational therapy. I haven't quite decided yet because the field is so close there, but I just really want to work with kids, so probably work in the school system and do some home visits like birth to 3 is what my plan is. So, well, we'll see if I get into grad school or not first. But
well, wonderful plans and great opportunities ahead and a lot of golf to play yet, Allie.
Oh, yeah.
So good luck to you and the Vikings.
Thank you.
How do you hold a moment? Keep friends and family close. Witness the passage of time. Replay the glory days. Relive magical nights. Create memories to share. How do you capture a lifetime? One picture at a time. Life Touch. Photography for a lifetime.
Joining me now is Augustana women's golf coach, Peggy Kirby. Well, Coach Kirby, you are the star of the show here as the Augustana ladies on the golf course continue to shine, and it's been a great season thus far. Let's talk first kind of about the fall season.
We have had a good season. We started down in Springfield, Missouri and finished second down there and could have won that golf tournament. The kids came way back and beat a lot of teams that we needed to beat. We beat Grand Valley, Central Oklahoma. It was a big exposure to the Division II out of our region, so it was a great event. And then we've won the rest coming through, except we played at South Dakota State's Division I tournament last week and got third. Could have gotten second very easily, but you know, third was still good against those Division I teams. And then last week we just came back from Minnesota and we have a 50-shot lead in our conference championship.
Right, and we've won the last 4 NSIC championships, is that right?
This will be our 4th.
This will be our 4th. And let's talk about the championship that just took place up in Brainerd. Pretty frigid up there, Peggy.
It was freezing. You know, the golf course was very, very difficult anyway. Fast fairways, really fast greens. So then you've got the wind blowing and it's 38 degrees. It was really a challenge. So the girls just did remarkably well.
Well, let's talk about the ladies.
Well, you know, all of them. Allie Ostrander has had a great fall. Emily Kavidra has been NSIC Player of the Week 3 times. Maggie's starting to get her game back. She was Player of the Year numerous times last year. And then we have some freshmen that are outstanding, that have stepped up, and every week I've gotten to play a different freshman in that top 5. And it's really been exciting. They're all getting experience. Marissa Tovanen from Red Wing is a freshman. She had an 81 the first day at conference. She was in 2nd place as a freshman. So, I mean, it was so exciting for her. And Jennifer Peterson, another freshman, has also been playing very well for us this fall. And then there's Sadie Martin, and you know and Jenny Benoit, of course, is a senior. So we have a really deep team this year, which is really nice.
Yeah, and really off to a great start. The NSIC golf championships, if you don't know, are 2 parts. They play 36 holes in the fall, and then we play 36 holes in the spring, I think in Morton, right?
Right,
Minnesota, over at Dakota Ridge. So, but the Augustana ladies, they just keep kind of going through the year, and we've got a tournament coming up out in California.
Right, we're going to Sonoma, California next week, and we play at Santa Rosa Country Club. We've never been out to Sonoma's tournament before, but here again, it's a great tournament to expose these kids to a really big Division II arena, and it's a lot of the teams that you end up seeing at the national championship. So the more we can do that and get out of the conference a little bit and see some of these bigger Division II teams, the better it is for our players. They really realize what it takes to get to that next level.
Well, and the ladies don't put the clubs away after that. Talk about what happens in the wintertime.
Well, in the winter, they go practice in the indoor golf facility, which is great. We also have a strength and conditioning program that they'll do this winter, and then we'll start up again in March, and they'll come out to spring break in California, and we'll have host a big tournament there. And then we have a really busy spring as well.
Well, one highlight for the ladies too is they always go out to California, where Peggy kind of plays the host, and to Palm Springs, so that's something nice to look forward to too. So it's a great women's program here at Augustana. Peggy, what are your goals for the team for this year?
Well, you know, we've been lucky enough to be to the NCAA National Championships the last 5 years, and of course that's always number one on our goal, is to work hard towards the National Championship, because that really is the creme de la creme, so to speak.
Yep.
We have a regional championship down in Missouri. Our conference has changed a little bit because now we've got the MIAA in our conference. Those teams down there are real good, so only 3 teams will advance to national championship. So we're going to have to even step it up more this year to make it through region, to then make it to the national championships, which are in Daytona Beach, Florida, in the middle of May.
Right. Well, and another person here we should mention who works closely with Peggy is Patty Coddington. Talk about what Patty helps you with and brings to the program.
Oh, Patty's great. I mean, the two of us are like sisters, you know, and she knows all my idiosyncrasies, and she just kind of does, she's just a great helper. She's great with the girls. She's just a great assistant. So the two of us have a lot of fun with these girls. We work hard. She does all kinds of things, from planning travel to practice to travel to going to the events. We get those girls around a golf course, and it's nice to be able to have 2 of us, because especially last week in Minnesota, the golf course was so far away from one another. We only had 1 golf cart. So she can be on one 9, I can be on the other 9, because the holes were so difficult. And so that's always a bonus to have 2 of us out there. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, well, Peggy, Kirby, Patty Coddington, they're leading a nationally known Augustana women's golf program, and they're going to have another great year this year. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's take a look at the Augustana sports calendar for this week. Friday, October 12th, volleyball, home against Minnesota Duluth, 7 o'clock at the Yeoman Center. Saturday, October 13th, women's soccer playing the University of Mary, 1 p.m. at Morstead Field. And volleyball takes on St. Cloud State at the Yeoman Center at 4 o'clock. Football is at Upper Iowa University at 1 p.m. And it's the Women's Tennis Invitational on campus at the Huther Tennis Center. Sunday, October 14th, women's soccer playing Minot State, Morstead Field, 1 o'clock. And again, the Women's Tennis Invitational continues on campus. Monday, October 15th and Tuesday, October 16th, men's golf is at the Central Regional Crossover in St. Joseph, Missouri. And remember, for radio coverage of Augustana football, you can hear the Vikings on KIKN FM 100.5 and worldwide at KIKN.com. And Augustana Athletics information, you can find out everything you want to know about Augustana Athletics by going to our website, GoAugie.com. And for ticket information, go to GoAugie.com/ticket. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at this same time next week for another edition of Augustana Sports Scene.
You have been watching Augustana Sports Scene, a weekly review of Viking athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Learn more about Augustana College in Sioux Falls at augie.edu.